This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys, welcome back to C&G Productions. My name is Tom and I'm joined by
Darren
from
the Arkham Case Files.
There you go, listen to the podcast, we'll flash it up here and in the description. A little bit of plugging there for you. And
Absolutely.
we're back to play some Batman miniature game.
Yeah, a rematch, Batman vs Joker again.
Yeah, we weren't actually expecting our first one to go on the channel, it was like a proof on concept, but actually it came out really nicely. So we're going to scale things up a little bit, introduce some sidekicks into the fray.
So you're adding in...
Joker's daughter. No Harley Quinn, never, unless Joker's daughter sucks, then definitely Harley Quinn.
And then I've decided to go a little bit different and change up from the Arkham Batman to try the Modern Age Batman and the Boy Wonder Robin.
Yeah, really good combination. So if you've not encountered the channel before, this will be a casual battle report. We're going for cinematics rather than super tactics because I can't deal with the tactical part. My brain is not wired up that way.
Very much so. So if there's a choice between moving and scoring an objective or moving and Batman punching the Joker, we will be punching the Joker or trying to.
So we're going to set up the game, we'll show you the crews and we'll see you in a second.
Okay, these are our crews for our 230-ish point battle report. We've decided to expand things a little bit and add in some sidekicks. So we've got the Brave and the Bold versus the Joker's crew. So I'll lead off with my lot, if you don't mind, mate.
Go ahead.
We've got Joker, the Arkham one, because, you know, he's great, he's really fun, gives tricksters to everyone. We've hired in Joker's daughter because I think she's a fantastic model, she's a really cool character, and she's got some quite nifty abilities with her lipstick gun. I've accompanied them with the Buffoon. He's got a extra magazine of ammo for his nail gun, and then the Hobo Clown and Whiteface have got clown paint, which allows them to use the distract rule. So they're all about really sending out blood damage, getting into people's faces, and then kind of scheming afterwards. And for my strategies, I've taken Why So Serious, the Joker's immortal, to kind of rob the points of knocking him off the board, because I've seen what Batman can do when he's fully stacked up. And we've got the Fast Advance, so I get to kind of expand my deployment a little bit as well. How about you?
So I've gone with a slightly different Batman from the last report. I've gone with the Modern Age Batman this time. So he's one of the cheaper ones, but he's a bit unusual in that he's got Acrobat and he doesn't come with the bat armour. He's been upgraded with a Kevlar cowl, so he's immune to that crit on your one-shot gun.
Yep, you thought about that.
And he's got +1 endurance from his upgraded bat suit. Because I've got Modern Age Batman, he brings Robin, the Boy Wonder. And these two buff each other, so if Robin's on the table, Batman gets +1 willpower. If Batman's on the table, Robin gets +1 strength.
Yeah.
And they can chain activate.
So I'll totally be trying to kill Robin from the start here, as that's my plan.
Poor Dick. poor Dick. We've then got Agent 1, who is the girl with the gun. She's got an extra magazine and street patrol, so that she can crouch for free.
Yep.
Then Agent 2, who's got the pepper spray.
Yeah, the pepper spray's one on the back, yeah.
Yep, he's my cheap objective runner, although the pepper spray is nice for blinding you. And then Agent 3, who's got the bulletproof vest and the extendable baton for just subduing troublemakers on the streets.
Yeah, really good. We're hoping to have some really kind of cinematic ones in here. This is by no means a super tactical battle report. We basically want to see these four just basically punch each other in the face.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice that we've got my really aggressive clowns and your quite tactical police officers to supply this.
Yeah, and in terms of my strategies, I went for police training, so my police can arrest for 1 count or less.
Really good.
I've gone for rapid response training, so lots of training for the cops. So 2 of them have got +2 inches of movement, which will be Agent 1 and Agent 3. And finally, I am the Knight with Batman. So
I am the Knight, you've got to say it.
I'm the darkness. So at the start of a raise the plan step, I can place him within 6 inches just to give him that extra little bit of movement and mystery about where he's going.
And before we go on to the next part, I just want to say how beautifully painted your miniatures are, mate. The actual bat symbol on his chest is absolutely fantastic. I can't take credit for ours. Paul did all this, and, you know, thank you to Paul as always. So we're going to have a go at Race for Glory, which is going to be our first scenario. So we will go set it up. We'll see you in a sec. And this is the image after deployment, and we are all ready to go on this beautiful scenic board. So what are we going to be playing today then, mate?
So today we've gone for one of the Batmatch scenarios, Race for Glory. So the basic idea for this one is to get your crew from its starting zone to its objective zone, which is set up opposite it. Your crew's going to be moving from here to here. We've already got our lights, sewers and objectives down, and crew's ready to go.
Yep, so we've got a variety of things. We've got some riddle tokens here.
Yeah.
You've got medical supplies you're after, and you've sneakily put some Wayne tech around the corner.
And you've gone for some loot, almost in the middle of the table, some ammunition, and a Titan canister.
Of course, we've always got to have a bit of Titan. See if you'll have any police officers that take the drug route again this time.
Drugs are bad, unless it's Titan.
So we've done the raise the plan, which I have won, so I've deployed and got ready to go with my tokens. Mine are all really straightforward because of Trickster, so I'm all out on defence and movement. The only one I've had to think about is Joker's daughter. She's got 4 move and 2 special, so she can do her normal discourage shenanigans.
And I'm set up mainly for movement, bit in special, and Robin and Batman stacked. They may go aggressive on the first turn.
Yeah, so as you see us activate these tokens, just so you know, red will be for attack, blue is for defence, green is for movement, and yellow is for special. So, without further ado, let's get to the first activation, which will be Joker's crew. Okay, for me then, I'm going to start. Buffoon is going to move about 5 inches. He's going to get himself into base contact, squeeze in there, with this token here for some loot. He's going to spend a movement counter to pick it up and claim it as his own. And he's going to stand there vigilantly with his 2 defensive tokens and hidden in some trees, and hopefully won't get shot by any nasty police officers.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with Batman, who's going to use his first special to inspire the 2 police officers with him, and they're going to have some extra movement to get further up the board.
An inspiring speech.
Inspiring speech. I am the night. I'm darkness. I have really got to get something to fix my sore throat.
It is winter now, to be fair, cold season.
Yeah, 2 movement. He's got a base movement of 5 because he's an acrobat, so he's got a 9-inch move. So he is basically just going to squeeze, and then an extra inch takes him through to here.
You were saying he's the only Batman who's got the acrobat trait, as far as we know.
Yes, a lot of the other ones have bat armour and that. This is a cheaper Batman, but he does get buffed by having Robin and his crew with him. So he's an interesting one to use. And then he's going to throw a couple of his batarangs at Buffon.
Poor Buffoon. I can't use my defensive tokens to defend this. It's just going to wallop him, isn't it, really?
Yeah, so 2 attack tokens. Because it's a thrown weapon, I get my full rate of fire, which is rate of fire 2. And we have 1 hit.
1 hit so far, so I can't do anything to defend this.
No, the trees aren't giving you a ping from where we are.
They are not.
So
he's threading them through.
Strength is 3+, so 3+ to wound and the collateral dice again. Ooh. So he's got 2 stun for the wound and then a critical as well, so that is 3 stun to Buffoon.
3 stun, so I'll immediately lose one of my tokens, so I'll lose a defensive token here.
And 3 out of his 4 stun damage take. 3
yeah,
out of his 4
he's got
health.
endurance of 4, so he's feeling very poorly at the moment.
And Batman is feeling rather pleased with himself and calls it at the end of his turn there.
Over to Joker's daughter for me then. She immediately gets an attack token because she's near Daddy's girl, quote unquote, a little bit weird. She's an acrobat, so she's going to sprint a mighty distance here. She's going to use all of her movement tokens to get herself just to that position there. She is within 8 inches of the stealth Batman, so she's going to use 2 special counters to discourage him, and that basically reduces his willpower by 2 until the end of the next raise the plan phase, which is really good. She would have this attack token, but it's not going to do anything, so we'll end the activation there.
Okay, so for my next activation, and looking at where the objectives are, I'm going to use a special and a movement after taking the basic movement with that cop, and he's going to drop in the sewer, get a bit of the Super Mario going.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Which cop is this one then? So have they got any flattering titles, or are they just...
This one is Agent 2.
Agent 2, and Agent 2 pops up over here. Anything else for him?
And that's the end of his activation.
Over to the Clown Prince of Crime then. He's going to spend a special counter just to inspire his 2 buddies behind him. He's going to use his 2 movement counters to mosey on up 8 inches, just to stay within 6 inches of his daughter, to keep her happy and, blessed and feeling that, she's not less important than Harley Quinn. So he's then going to spend his 2 attack tokens. He wanted to try and see if he could hit Batman and the cop behind, but he can't, so he's just going to try and hit Batman with the explosive teeth here. So I'm looking for just the 1 dice, rate of fire 1, against your defense of...
Defense of 5.
Defense of 5. Hey, get the 6. So, does hit, but you're going to use some dodgy dodginess because you're an acrobatic.
Because I'm an acrobat, I do get the chance to dodge.
Got space there, mate. So what are you needing here?
My movement or less.
It's looking like a 1.
So I have dodged.
You've dodged it. How dare you? How very dare you? So Joker will just kind of be very angry at this at the moment. I was hoping to reduce your willpower. I'll keep the 2 on defense and the special counter, but keep it there for now.
Okay, so after Joker and his daughter have made their presence known, the cops decide that they want to get a little bit further away. So I'm going to activate Agent 3. He's got a base movement of 4, but because of the strategy that I took, he's got plus 2 inches of movement on the first turn. He's got 3 movement counters after being inspired, so he can get 12 inches to there. He's working out.
The police academy is
Police academy.
Okay, so Whiteface, this is a lot of long distance shots in this game. We're doing some more teleporting. He's going to use the 3 movement counters he has available. He's going to use 2 of them to get to this sewer and then spend 1 with the special to also do his very best Mario impression and pop up over here. I don't particularly like being this close to Batman, but I kind of need to get towards my objectives for next turn.
So now it's time for the second part of the dynamic duo. The boy wonder himself, Robin, is going to join in. We've already measured out.
You've just referred to this as a boatload of movement that he's getting.
A boatload of movement. He has 5 inches base because he's an acrobat. He's then going to use his back claw to give him an extra 8. Takes him to 13. And then another 2 takes him up to 17 inches of movement.
He just zip lines across the park.
He does, swings around, likes playing in the park, he's only young, and lands next to his boss. And then finishing off, he's going to use his 2 attack counters, which he's going to throw some batarangs at Buffon.
Yeah, we don't really want this to hit, so...
So, defense 2 for Buffon?
My defense is 2, sadly, yes.
So, we have 2
hits. So I need my ping rolls here.
Yep.
So there's a tree in the way, so 4 pluses I'm looking for here.
4 pluses.
I get 1, but the other one goes through.
So Robin is strength 5, but because Batman is on the table, he gets +1 strength, being motivated by his old friend and good chum Bruce. Holy batarangs, Batman.
So you need 4s here.
4s.
No.
Oh, it's a 1, but just a scratch means that we do get
the ping.
A stun on him.
So that will knock him out because he's only got 4 endurance.
So that knocks him out, which will give me a victory point, and he will drop the loot.
He will. Do I get to just pop it in base marker?
Anywhere in base to base with him.
Let's casually put it behind because we don't want anything else to happen there. Poor Buffoon. He always gets knocked out at the start of the games. I feel like I'm far too cavalier with him. But sad times. The poor hobo clone, after just seeing his buddy get absolutely flattened by a small boy in a bright yellow cape who's just appeared out of nowhere, is going to spend all 3 of the movement counters that he has available to sprint as fast as he possibly can to this position here. He can't quite get within contesting or controlling range for the loot that's just been dropped, but he'll be able to get it next turn.
So for my last activation, I'm going to go with agent number 1, who's armed with a handgun. She has got 2 in movement, and she got +2 inches of movement on the first turn from my strategy. So she's going to run over behind the pickup, and she's then going to take a single shot because her rate of fire is reduced by moving with an automatic gun into Whiteface.
Whiteface defensive 2, yes.
2.
That is going to hit, sadly.
And see if my firearm wounds on a 2 or more. And it's a blood stun from the automatic gun because it wounds. And I've got the knockdown because I've rolled a collateral dice equal.
So it floors him.
So it floors him. So he doesn't take any extra damage, but he is knocked down.
But he has taken the 1 stun there.
1 blood, 1 stun. So he does lose 1 counter.
Okie dokie.
And that's the end of the activations.
That's the end of the turn.
So as we go into turn 2, the score is currently 1-0 for the Brave and the Bold because you knocked out my poor Buffoon. He did not recover. I rolled 2 6s for his endurance, which is a sad time, but luckily Whiteface managed to reduce his stun, so he's on full willpower. Aside from that, I've basically done my standard trickster thing of defense. The only one I've got to think about is Joker's daughter. She's there with a variety of tokens. You've gone very attacking.
Yeah, all the cops have gone with attack. Batman is again set up with a mix, although he's still 2 counters down from being discouraged last turn.
You can't see Batman, he's actually behind the red tokens, because what did you do sneakily?
Well, I used the third of my 3 strategies, so I used I am the night.
I am the night.
I am the darkness. And he gets to play 6 inches before we drew the counters to see who takes the lead. So he just got himself a little bit closer to the objectives and a little bit further away from Joker and his daughter.
You just don't want to be near Joker's daughter, do you? Like, she's just...
There's something about a girl wearing her daddy's face that just puts him off a little bit.
It is a bit of a red flag on a first date.
It is.
But luckily I've won the raise the plan, which is going to be terrible towards the end of the game because you're going to have a few nasty start turns, but it means you've said I've got a lot of choices here. With do I help Whiteface get up? Do I go with Joker? Do I go with the daughter? So we'll go to the first activation of turn 2, which will be Joker's crew. Right, Whiteface is going to start and you're immediately lamenting.
Yeah, looking at what you're planning on doing, poor old agent number 1 over here has actually been upgraded to have street gal, so she can crouch for free, but I forgot to do it last turn to increase her defence against shooting.
Less than that though, but luckily I've got an imprecise gun, so you're going to be okay. So I'm going to spend my special, because I can spend a token to stand up. We've double checked rules, it does not affect my rate of fire, so luckily I get to blast my blunder, which sounds terrible now I've said it out loud.
It sounds really shocking. That poor female cop.
So we'll just move on past it. We'll move on past. So I've got 2 dice. Your defences are 3, but I'm looking for 4s because of my imprecise weapon. So we get 1 hit so far, but you've got a ping, haven't you?
Yep, hiding behind the pickup truck.
No,
it doesn't help me.
So the bullet does go through. If this hits, it will be 2 blood and a stun. So it is a firearm, so I'm looking for a 2+ here.
2+.
And I'm not rolling the right die. Sorry, they were both hit. Okay, so not the same, but it's 2 blood and a stun on her. 2
blood and a stun, which takes one of her counters off her. She will lose her special counter.
That's not too bad.
Actually, she'll lose a movement counter. Keep the special on her. And takes 2 blood and a stun.
That's not too bad for him, because in how angry Whiteface is after just being absolutely blasted. He can then move freely, so I'm going to use both of the movement counters, essentially to mosey right around the back of this here, and basically just say, oi, Batman and Robin, you come deal with me, because I don't want to be shot by police officers. Okay, so after seeing his friend get shot in the face by an angry man with a blunderbuss, we're going to go with Batman. You've taken my challenge there when I was like, come chase me, Batman, and then you're like, I will. And then I've fallen for the psychological warfare, so we'll have his Batclaw. I forgot that Whiteface has got he's got clown paint, so I could have discouraged, but I didn't have enough kind of actions to be able to do it to kind of distract the cop. Because reducing defence is always good. It is always really handy. So Batman Batclaws around. Surprise! Hello! And then he's got 3 in attack. Oh, that's going to be a lot of stun damage. Keeping 1 left in movement just in case someone does come and shoot him on the odd chance that they can get all the way over there. So, 2 hits. Yeah, I can't defend because I've got nothing on there. So, 2 on my defence. You need a crit dice, my dear. I've stolen yours. There you go. And you're wounding me on 3. Strength of 3 plus for Batman. So that would be 2 stun. 2 stun. Do you want to put 2 stun markers on him, mate? That would reduce his willpower. Luckily, he kind of went first, which is just as well. He's got 2 endurance left before he's... So, a little bit disappointing in that he's still conscious, but Batman is over there and he is contesting the objective, so he's doing part of his job. Exactly. Right, Joker's done a little bit of trickster in here to try and see if he can do some fancy stuff. He's going to spend 2 movement counters to sprint as fast as his clowny legs will take him into base contact, or as close as we can get with that rocky terrain with Robin. He's then going to use 2 special counters to use Joker's gas. So that is everybody within 4 inches, including Joker, we've discovered. I've got to use a endurance roll, got to pass 1, or they suffer enervating 1 and a blood damage. So I'll roll first for Joker. He's got an endurance of 8. So let's see how we do. 8. So, all good? Absolutely fine. We've already had a quick check, so this cop and Robin are both close enough. So I'll go with the cop first. He has an endurance of 5. That is a 7 there. As I destroy some of the terrain. That's the gas. So he takes a blood and loses a counter, which will be a movement counter from the enervating. And then the wee boy. Then Robin. It's hard to roll between these trees, but you're... oh, there we go.
Oh, and I appear to have got the 12 as well.
Hey,
So Robin also takes a blood and will lose one of his 4 movement counters.
So that wasn't too bad at all. Right, Joker's then got 3 attacks, and he's got his special because he wants his lucky. So he's going to make an attack on Robin. He's got his poison knife, which is sharp and has got crit poison, so I can re-roll the damage. I'm just rolling 1 dice, aren't I, for this?
1 dice for every attack counter you've got.
So I might as well, yeah, you spend them all together. So 3 dice here against your defense of
5.
Defense of 5. Let's see how we do. I'm going to just roll a little bit closer here just to make life easier. That's 1 hit and 2 misses, so I will spend a special for lucky to re-roll this one here. Not worth it, as I'm destroying all the fences. So 1 currently goes through.
Yep.
So I'm now looking to wound you. So when I'm wounding you, I'm going against my strength value.
Yep.
So I've got strength of 4+, but it's sharp, so I can re-roll. Oh, that is a hit there, which is a 6. Does not get the crit.
But
it's a blood.
It's another blood, which is 2 points of damage, so it's another movement counter off him.
And that'll do for the Joker. Sadly, taking him outside of Joker's daughter's range for the extra attack counter, but it was worth for kind of just bum rushing into Robin.
Okay, so Robin's feeling a little bit upset after the Joker's just stabbed him in the guts, so he's going to get out of dodge. But before he does that, he's going to throw some amusing quips at Joker's daughter. Holy woman wearing Joker's face, Batman! And he's going to spend a special counter to disarray her, to move some of her counters around.
Yeah, so you took a attack action away and you took a special away and put them into defense and movement respectively.
I did.
So I can't use my own discourage scary words to him.
Yeah, we learned the lesson last turn from that. And he is then going to use his 2 movement counters and he's going to hop onto the Wayne Tech.
That's completely fair. Easy one for me then. Joker's daughter is going to just sprint herself 9 inches round to this position here using her 2 movement counters, leaving her with all of the defense in the land just in case someone comes and punches her in the face.
Okay, so now after Joker's daughter's moved up, we're just going to go with agent number 3. He's going to spend a movement to go and introduce himself to the Clown Prince of Crime.
After he's just been like gassed in the face.
Yeah, whatever Batman can do, the police can handle on their own. And he's going to try and use his extendable baton to beat him into submission.
So I've got defense of 4.
Yep, so no bonuses to hit on this one. No re-rolls. 1 hit.
And your strength?
Is 5+, but the weapon is heavy, so I need a 4+. And my collateral dice does nothing.
The Joker just giggles as he's kind of like bobbing out the way, like one of those inflatable arm people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all going wrong.
Nice and easy one for me. Hobo Clown is just going to meander to here. He's going to spend a movement token. He's going to very carefully pick up this loot from the downed body of his buddy. And he'll stand there to end my activations for this turn.
So, with the next activation, I'm going to use Agent 1, who's going to use another round of ammunition from her handgun, which will mean that it's her last shot. And she's going to shoot at Joker's daughter, who's obligingly walked within 8 inches of her.
Yeah, she's defense 3 Joker's daughter. She's not great on the defense stage. She's more of a stabby stabber. So,
we'll see what we can do with the Ratify 3, and that is 2 hits. No pings.
No. Well, I can't use your police officer as a ping if the bullets bend. It's not like Wanted where, like, you know, you bend the bullets.
Well,
it just goes straight through.
Close enough. If he was a little bit further over to my right, yeah, he would give you pings.
So you're after 2s here?
2s. So we get...
Oh, no.
2 wounds and the critical, so that is 2 blood and 3 stun.
Right, do you want to put the markers on her, mate? 2 blood and 3 stun, that means she's got an endurance of 6, so luckily she's down to 1, but she will lose all of this. Essentially, I'll keep 1 defense on her.
If you've got any special left, it would be worth keeping 1 for recoveries of the stun at the end of the turn.
Thank you for the help there, that's a good idea.
But yeah, that
was
hurt.
A horrendous shot, yeah.
And having done that, and with no ammunition left, she is going to move around to this side and hop through the sewer to over here. Okay, so with my last activation, no one came close enough for him to pepper spray, so the cop is just going to move over to the riddle objective, going to interact with it and see what happens. And he manages to wound himself on a 1 and take a blood.
He stubs his toes, it explodes in his face.
I should really learn my lesson and not take riddles.
Do you get the point for that?
I get nothing for that.
Oh,
I just get paid.
You just get hurt, and that'll bring us to the end of the turn. And yeah, we've just done some terrible rolling off camera as we go into turn 3. So the score's currently 3-1 to Darren, because you got your Wayne Tech and I managed to acquire my loot again after it got dropped. Nobody recovered from anything.
Nope.
At all. So Joker's daughter is still on death's door. Whiteface isn't feeling great. You didn't have much stun to recover because I've just outputted a lot of blood damage.
Or blood damage to myself trying to solve riddles.
That too. Terrifyingly though, we now get to see full stack of Pain Batman, and that can never end well for anybody. But yeah, luckily I've got the raise the plan again, which is just going to make the last part of the game far more terrible. But we're going to go into my first activation for the Joker Gru as we go into turn 3. Okay, it's over to me then, and Joker's daughter is feeling very, very poorly, but she gains an attack token this time because she's near Daddy. She's going to spend a movement counter with her acrobatic speed to bounce herself into base contact with this marker and the Boy Wonder, and she's going to introduce him to her machete.
Nice.
As one does. So the machete is heavy and sharp, so rolling to hit isn't effective, but rolling to wound will be pretty tasty. So she's going to have 4 strikes at the Boy Wonder, and we'll see how we do. So his defense is
5.
5 pluses, so I'm not going to get much of a bonus to this. Let's see how we do. That's 1 hit currently. That's not very good at all, and you've got all of the defense tokens in the world.
I'm liking that roll.
You happy with that?
I'm happy with that, and we have 3 defense, so...
That's terrible, Joker's daughter.
Needing a 4.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
A small boy gets out the way.
A small boy, and now you're just going to punch her back and ruin a day, aren't you, really? So, disappointing. Where's Harley Quinn when you need her? Where is she?
Okay, so having seen that...
After the abject disappointment that was.
I'm going to see if Agent 3 can do any better with his baton, trying to subdue the clown again.
Okay, so Joker's got a defense of 4.
So no bonuses for me to hit, so straight 4s. I've got 3 in attack, 2 in defense for when I get punched back. Failed to knock you out. And we get no hits.
Oh, wow.
So basically, what we need to do is microwave all of the dice.
This is why you and me are playing each other. We're equally bad at rolling the dice. It's okay.
It is a special talent we have.
Right, we're going to go with Whiteface, and I've just remembered he's got a mental disorder, so actually he gains a defensive token because he's super paranoid that, a man in a bat might come and beat the living daylights out of him at some point in his life. So he is going to trickster his tokens. He's going to move this special away to use his Clown Paint, which distracts you. It reduces your defense by 1.
Yep, down to defense 4.
Going to be super useful because then I'm going to put 3 attacks into you. So 3 attacks at defense 4. Come on, Tom, pick up the tokens. So he is armed with a bayonet, which is sharp. So looking for 4s to start with. What is this game? He hits nothing. Nothing at all. And you saw nothing. Shh.
So after Joker's daughter's attempted to put him out of his misery with a machete...
I'm burning all my dice.
Robin is going to attempt to punch her back. So she is defense
3.
And I've got 2 in attack, because everything else was in defense to stay alive. So needing a 3.
Oh, I guess
1
the
hit.
1.
Strength 4, because of the +1 that he gets for Batman being on the table. And he does absolutely diddly squat.
What is happening this turn?
Absolutely nothing.
They're just headbutting each other. Batman will come and sort the problem out, don't worry.
But what he's going to do is, with his acrobat, hop over the fence to the riddle.
That's fine, we'll just scoot this back to show off. There we go. And hopefully that will explode in his face as well.
Probably.
Joker's going to go next. He's going to try and do a big activation. So we've trickstered an awful lot of tokens around here. The first one that he is going to do, he is going to try and remote control shoot some Joker's teeth with his last one at your lady over here. So 2 dice, looking for
3.
3 pluses.
1 dice.
1 dice. Oh, let's roll it again. Oh, I'm going to use my luck with spending a special. Hey, just about get it. And then, is it a 2 to wound?
2 to wound with the firearm.
Now look, it's remote control, so the barrier doesn't really matter here, does it?
So no pings.
Do get the damage there.
So that's 1 blood and 1 stun.
It is indeed.
Which will knock her out because she's already taken 3 damage.
Which will earn me a point at the end of the round.
It will do.
Fantastic. So, that's not too bad from Joker. What else are we going to do? I've just knocked your defense tokens flying as well here. We're going to spend 2 special counters, and we are going to attempt to release Joker's gas. So that is enervating 1 and a blood.
And an endurance test for me to avoid the effects.
Yeah, so I'll let you go first. You're looking to roll
5 or less. 7. So another blood.
Another blood, and it'll take a token away, so I'll just remove that for you.
And because he's taken 2 damage, he takes another token away, so he has nothing left.
Now, Joker does have to actually pass his own test. He's got an endurance of 8. He's okay. And then he is just going to spend his movement counter to mosey on around the back of the car here, so that he's got 2 defensive tokens, and basically he's offering Batman a choice. Once Batman's inevitably beaten Whiteface in the face, it's Joker's daughter or Joker.
Okay, so after Joker's shenanigans, Batman decides it's his turn to do something about it. And he's going to put 4 attacks into Whiteface to attempt to take him out of the action.
I've got my 1 defense token though, so I'll be totally fine with my defense of 2.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all going to go really well. So, we then have 4 hits.
Okay, I'm going to defend one of them. I need a 5 here, do I?
Yeah, he is attack 5.
I've totally got this. Told you, take 1 away.
I'll take that one away. And we've then got 3.
Yeah, this is good.
3 plus 2 wound and the collateral. So that would be 6 stun and knock down.
So that just knocks him out.
Knocks him on his little backside.
That's not good for him.
So that gives me another victory point for another KO.
We'll grab a token in a second.
And he is then going to move over with the 3 movement counters that he has left, being an acrobat, to Joker's daughter.
Yeah, so you robbed me of getting the sneaky objective there.
And because I've got the last 2 turns, hopefully put her out of action as well.
That is a good shout. Hobo Clown then, he's trickstered 2 move and 2 attack, because he's going to have to spend 1 move for the distance and 1 because he's carrying a big case of like a loot to move himself basically into base contact with this lovely lady here. He's going to then attack her twice. Now, because she's knocked out, he's hitting on 2s.
Yep.
So, 2 hits so far, and he has got a heavy weapon, so his strength 5 goes down to 4, and it is sharp, so he's got re-rolls here. Looking to do a blood damage with his meat knife. So 4 pluses. Oh, 666.
So
He does the murder.
So he would do 2 blood for the damage, and he would get a coup de grace as well, but she only had 2 stun and 3 blood on it, so she is dead.
And that is the extra point on the board there. Also, Joker, not Joker, because Hobo Clown is a criminal, he will also get +1 willpower for the next turn, which is pretty handy.
It is. So for the last activation of the turn, the cop is going to, having been so successful with solving a riddle before,
I don't know why you do this to yourself.
he's going to try it again.
Gets a 4.
For 2 victory points.
Hey, that's not too bad, and the marker gets removed. And that'll bring us to the end of the turn, so we'll do some rolls and we'll see in a sec. Well, our dice rolling seems to get worse as this goes on. So as we're entering turn 4, you've won the Raise the Plan. Score's currently 6-4 in the Brave and the Bold's favour, because you took out Whiteface, you got your riddle marker, so that bolstered you up. My Hobo Clown murdered a police officer and was carrying loot. He's carrying a lot of my points currently.
Yeah, he is a star player at the moment.
He is definitely the MVP. Nobody recovered anything. So Joker's daughter, Whiteface, and Buffoon are all down. Joker's daughter's knocked down, but she's probably going to get bludgeoned by Batman. So I've just got Joker. Hobo Clown's got his extra action though, which is pretty nice. You've just got blood damage, so you've not really had to worry about the healing process.
No, there is no recovery, we're just bleeding.
What are we thinking here? Big Batman activation here.
I'm actually thinking we might be going with the Agent 3 and just using a truncheon to subdue Joker's daughter the old-fashioned way.
Just smacking her into the ground.
Yeah.
I can't defend when I'm knocked down, which is an interesting rule we've just double checked. So we'll go to the first activation of turn 4, which would be the Brave and the Bold.
Okay, so activating Agent 3 first. He's going to take 1 movement, move 6 inches over to here. Now, because his weapon is reach, he can attack from 2 inches away. Take his damage tokens with him, as he keeps getting gassed. And he's going to attack Joker's daughter 3 times.
She can't do anything about this. Defense of 2.
With her being knocked down, yeah. So...
1 hit. That's all you're going to need though.
1 hit.
And your strength is?
Strength is 5, but it is heavy, so 4+.
To get that last one. Gets double 6s.
3 stun to her.
So that will just basically knock her out, won't it?
It knocks her out, and that is knockout on a sidekick. So that is some tasty points for me at the end of the turn.
That's no problem. Is he going to do anything else?
No, that's him spent up and feeling pretty happy about himself.
You know, I've had enough of this bullying of my clowns today, so the Joker is just going to pull out his pistol and he's going to be like, you know what? You've attacked my daughter, so I'm going to try and one-shotgun you. So 2 attack counters and 2 special counters. It's an auto hit, 3 damage and crit 3 blood on top with 1 dice. So I need, what am I rolling here? It's 2 for a firearm, but you've got...
I have a bulletproof vest on Agent 3. He's the only one that's remembered to put it on today.
So I need a 4+ here. I get a 5 and a 5. So that would be...
3 blood.
3 blood damage. Do you know what? I'm very tempted to re-roll the red with my lucky.
Well, the 3 blood will kill him. He's only got 5
That's
endurance.
fine then, that's no problem. I won't waste it. So that is a...
Smear.
A knockout there. So the 2 points you've just acquired for knocking out Joker's daughter, taking you to 6, I think I get 1 point for that one.
You get 2, because you got 1 for knocking him out, 1 for killing him.
So we're currently on 8-6 then with that. Joker is then going to spend both of his movement tokens. We've pre-measured this. He is going to sprint himself into base contact with the Titan marker, keeping the defense and the special on him.
Okay, so having seen the last of his cop comrades blasted off the table,
Absolutely blasted.
the one agent who's left is going to spend 2 movement, and we have measured this already. He's going to move round the corner,
Peeking round the corner of the subway.
and he's going to pepper spray.
Now this doesn't need to wound you, just if you hit, I can't spend counters, I'm just blinded.
This is just a blind effect on you. So 2s to hit.
Hey,
There we go.
yeah. Well, I'll put a stun marker here just so I remember, but basically that freezes my hobo clown in place.
He can still move his 4 inches, but he's not spending any of those tasty tokens he's got next to him.
Oh, that's annoying because you can't get base contact with him. Good move. So the poor hobo clown is just like smearing his white paint all over his face as the pepper spray's burning into his eyes. He's only got a 4-inch move. He's just going to scoot himself behind this dumpster because he would rather keep hold of the loot while he's trying to fix his retinas.
Okay, so having seen Hobo running away, Robin, as an acrobat, is going to spend 1 movement token to give himself 7 inches of movement, which just gives him enough to hop over to the other side of the subway.
He roadie runs over it.
Then he's going to throw his last batlings, batarangs, boomerangs, whatever they want to call them nowadays, whatever those darn fangled kids are using, into the clown.
Got defense of 2.
So 2s to hit.
Just bring them just on camera that way, mate. The other side, there you go. Both hit.
And 2 ping rolls for yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I'll just show you these because they've got glare on the lights there. So I need 2 4+ here, yeah?
2 4+ would be nice for...
Oh, 1. So 1 going through.
Yep, so strength of 4, because Batman's still being on the table.
Yeah, if you're already there, I should dodge the glare then.
And once
Doesn't
again,
do anything.
no wound rolls, but it does give him 1 stun for just a scratch.
Yep, that's not too bad at all.
Okay,
You
now...
wanted to use your cool ability here, but then I was like, you can do it anyway.
Yeah, I could use Dynamic Duo to chain activate Batman, but I've got the only activation left of the turn. So, the Dark Knight, he will use 1 to activate Sneak Attack, which means whoever he goes into, if they can't see him, they're not going to be able to block.
Yeah.
It's a cool ability, but Joker does have total vision, so he can still
So
see
he
me.
can still see it. He knows it's coming.
He knows it's coming. Then I'll bring the attack over here.
Bring the ruckus.
And as an acrobat, with 9 inches of movement, having spent 2 movement.
So he just jumps, appears out of the sky, and Joker's like, I was expecting you, Batman.
You'll be expecting my fists. And we're now on 4s to hit you.
Yeah, my defense is fortunately 4 though, because I'm the Joker.
So,
2 misses so far.
3 hits.
Now, I do get my defense roll here because of because of my total vision of your sneak attack. So I'm looking for a what here, mate?
I'm attack 5, so 5.
Okay. I will spend my luck to totally re-roll that. Totally worth it. Ignore me.
Totally worth it. And then 3s to wound.
Oh!
Batman, why do you do this to me?
Batman, why you do this? Right, ladies and gentlemen in the comments, if you have a better dice manufacturer that is not associated with us, loadeddice.com, get us on it, because we really need it.
We need all the help we can get.
What an ends the turn, so we'll tidy up, we'll see you in a sec. And if you thought our dice rolling could get better off camera, it's not. No one recovered from their KOs, not even Hobo from his stun damage. So it's not great. Robin over here is just tucked behind this subway. You've obviously got the raise the plan, you've got the first initiative, and Batman and Robin, you've got some attack and movement and special over here. I imagine we might see a sneaky chain activation to start this.
Yeah.
The score is incredibly tight though, because you've gone for the cinematic punching Joker. It's actually, by our count, 8-7, because I got my loot token there and you denied me the Titan. So, grandstand finish coming up, we think.
Yeah, so we will go first with the Boy Wonder.
Right, so we will see you in a sec.
So, for Robin's activation, he is going to start off by using his Bat Claw.
So he starts off over here, and I'll pass the Boy Wonder over to you.
And he lands just behind the Clown Prince of Crime.
Going for some double team damage here.
Yeah. We don't think Joker's going to like this. We are then going to use Disarray. I'm going to take 2 out of your block.
Yep, for 2 defense by any chance?
2 less defense, and you can have 2 in attack.
Okay, I will sort those out for you.
And then the Boy Wonder himself was going to throw 2 punches at him.
You've got dice rolling space, probably just going behind here, mate. You need a 4+ on my defense.
But because you're now outnumbered,
You get a bonus to it.
-1 to your defense, so you're on 3s.
3s, okay then. The dice care not for your 3s. He just removes them from screen. Just no. Just because it wasn't his shot, I'm just gonna just make sure we're aware of that. Sorry, Darren.
Well, having seen just how good Robin is, Batman is then going to use Dynamic Duo.
Do you think Batman just tuts? Just
He
quietly
just
aside?
shook his head just a little bit. There was just a moment of just, oh.
Gee, I've never seen such bad. You're my perfect teammate to play against now, mate. Our dice are mutually awful.
Well, I'm now going to throw 5 attacks into him with Batman.
Hit me! So 3s again though.
3s again.
Because I'm outnumbered. That's better.
It's only 3.
I've got 2 defense then. So my outnumbering won't affect my attempts to block this though, will it?
No, still attack 5 to try and block me.
Right then, so... Oh, well then, I'll spend a special to reroll one of these. These are all jokers here. You're making me spend my tokens though. Need a 5. Oh, it's a 1 again. Why you do this?
And now we'll attempt to beat him down. It means I'm not going to knock him out.
So yeah, you have to, what here, 2s?
3s.
Oh, that's tasty. You can knock me down though.
That is 6 stun and knocked you on your clown backside.
Ouch. 6 stun will take away 3 of my tokens, won't it?
It will do.
I'm a trickster, so it really doesn't matter. Let's just get rid of these 3. You burned through a lot of my tokens though. Poor Joker.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That was really tasty.
Now, I've got the option here of scooting off with Batman to try and contest an objective over here, which was the idea, knock you out and then go and hold an objective. Or I can keep you pinned in where you are.
So I can't get the Titan one if I somehow kill Robin.
Exactly, which is what I think
That's
we'll
probably the most sensible course of action. I've just said to Darren then, I said, as much as the TNG way here would be for me to charge my hobo clown into the police officer, I don't think anyone would be happy with me just throwing away my 1 point. So I'm going to just spend 2 movement because I need the extra one because I'm carrying loot, just to scoop myself around the back of this fence here and keep secure that money while he watches his boss get absolutely battered by Batman while Robin just kind of slaps him at the ankles.
So 1 activation left, 2 movement, measured out. He's going to run and grab some medical supplies, and that will be him, and my activations ended for the game.
Right, Darren is still critiquing Batman here off camera. He's just like, Batman, why'd you do this? So Joker's going to spend an attack action to stand up. I'm regretting using my special to get the reroll here. I should have just eaten the damage. I'm going to try and put a knife in the ribs of Robin because why not? I might be able to poison him. That would be funny.
Maybe.
So I need 5 to hit. Get the 6. And then on the clat, I'm looking for, I think I'm strength 4 offhand. Strength 4, yeah. And my knife is sharp. So get a damage. Can't re-roll the crit.
So 1 more blood.
The poison would have been a hilarious way to finish that game.
Well, the stun on that would have knocked me out.
Yeah.
If you got the crit, it would have been poisoned and knocked out, but
that brings us to the end of the game.
that is all.
I'll do a side-on handshake on camera here for you, mate, and we will see you in a second. And at the end of a bloody game there, you get 3 points for your medical supplies, which we believe by our reckoning takes you up to 11.
Yeah.
I get 1 for my loot that I've nursed all the way through the game, which takes me up to, I think, 8 points. And yeah, Batman is having to single-handedly fight the Joker as this goes, and Joker's daughter just kind of quietly bleeds out in the background. But yeah, we'll go to the end of game summary and we'll see you in a sec, guys. And we are back, and ooh, bloodbath.
Yeah, well, bloodbath for the cops.
Yeah, were you knocked out? Like, poor buffoon with his nail gun. He like goes running into battle and then just gets slapped aside.
He's had 1 activation in each of the games we've played. It's more than enough for me. I'm happy with that.
That's the control piece. I think Joker's daughter had a very nasty set of dice rolls against her, which basically took her out of the game halfway through.
Absolutely, and Batman had some amazing dice rolls, which meant he did absolutely nothing to the Joker for 2 turns.
Yeah, that was pretty garbage, but it was a really, really fun game, and I think you said near the end, you were like, I could go towards the objectives, or I could go and send both of mine into the Joker, and it was like, we'll send them into the Joker. That would definitely work. So now, realistically, we're scaling up bit by bit. We're heading towards the back boxes now.
So this game, as we said at the start, was around 230, 231, 225 for the 2 crews, so a bit bigger than what we played last time.
We brought in equipment and strategies, and now we can scale that with some slightly heavier hitters now.
And as always, thank you very much for the comments on the last video. They were absolutely great, and all the feedback that we got. Really enjoyed seeing that. Let us know what you think of this one, what you'd like to see. We do have a few plans for which crews we want to run, but if there's anything you'd like to see, assuming we've got it, we can put it on the table.
We've totally raided the night sale and bought a load of bat boxes, so everything needs to be painted now. But definitely really, really good. And thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you again for coming on, mate.
And thank you very much for this.
And where can our viewers find you?
I'm on the Arkham Case Files, which is our podcast. We're on Spotify, we're on Google, we're on Apple. We may well be on Podbean by the time this comes out as well.
Inevitably will.
Let us know.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.
Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.